You guys, it's the kid, 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 it's the kid here. We're back in here for what has pretty much become a weekly bonanza where you guys can comment, give your thoughts, and pretty much ask me anything, man. So this is a very chilled out little session thing that I do here where look, man, we know we love the contents crack, we love the football crack and so forth, but this is just where anything outside of football, and I stress that you please you ask me stuff outside of the realm of football. This is just where you can have your thoughts, have your ideas, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to talk about, and then you can just ask me the questions. This is very chilled out, very laid back, not so intense, where you can just have a meal. Look, I've got my meal here, I've got my rice and stew, I've got my porridge that I always have, and ask me anything from movies, politics, religion, life, the future, COVID, anything. So it's very laid back, it's very chilled, and I'll try and do my best to answer as many of your questions as possible, man. As many of your questions, but I plead, man. These must be non-football questions. Let me just take a quick bite. Quick bite, man. Non-football question now. That's what I want. So, thoughts on the Bundock series. Wow. So, extremely good. Very good. I think it was my cousin. I was trying to think of where did I first hear about the series, and I believe it was from my cousin. So my cousin was obviously really into it, and I think he was, because he always used to have all these like films and stuff. So I said, okay, boom, Boondocks, and then I then saw it through there. And then when I watched it, I was like, wow, because first of all, I love anything cartoon on animation. I love. So you're already going to get me there because I sketch myself. So I like 2D animation, 3D animation, and I like sort of anime. But now it's with black people, so okay. And I think because obviously the creator was Aaron Magruder, and I think what made it so good was it was a commentary on just stuff that was happening racially. And I think, for instance, if let's say you had that same show, same writing, same content, but it was with real actors, it wouldn't hit the same. What made it so good was it was anime. And also, it's so amazing when you find out that Regina King voiced both of the characters. Like, that's just amazing how she was able to do the voice of both of those characters. But yeah, I mean, some hilarious episodes, like the one with, again, it just shows you just amazing, that just shows you an amazing comedic mind. You know the episode where Charlie Murphy and Samuel L. Jackson, they voice these white bank robbers. So these guys are white, they got blonde hair, blue eyes, but they're voiced by Charlie Murphy and Samuel L. Jackson, and they pretty much, and they act like, so basically they act like black people and so forth. They have black people's voices, but they look completely white, and they're bank robbers. Hilarious, man, freaking hilarious. But you know, like, basically, there are too many, like, what's it called? Is it Thugnificence or something? So many good episodes, but yeah, like, they have to bring it back. They have to bring it back because it was such a good. See, whenever you have, and again, it goes back to how the West views cartoons. Like, you think of stuff like Beavis and Butthead, you think of Ren and Stimpy. All because it's a cartoon doesn't mean that it has to be like Pixar. I told you, I hate Pixar. So something like Boondocks, it would never work with real actors. It wouldn't hit the same because of how they make the two main characters look, how they make the grandpa look. Freaking, what's it called? What's it, Uncle Ruckus. First of all, I don't know whether there's any actor who would actually be willing to play Uncle Ruckus. That's a failure. So I think Uncle Ruckus could only work as a cartoon character because the closest thing we saw to Uncle Ruckus was Samuel L. Jackson in Django Unchained. That's the closest thing to Uncle Ruckus. But apart from that, nobody would want to do that. So yeah, Bloody good series, man. Bloody good series. And what does you guys say, man? Yes, because is it John Witherspoon? He died. It's true. It's going to be tough without him. It's going to be hard, man. Hey, what kind of question is that? Have I ever seen the anime Akira? Bro, of course I have. Like, how do you think I can exist in this world and I've never seen Akira? And what's it called? And bring back movie watches. There's not been enough time. Well, one of the watch alongs I want to do is Akira. Of course, I've seen Akira, 100%. Like, because my Japanese friend showed me loads of Japanese movies, so he introduced me into Battle Royale, all this stuff, and obviously, it was him who showed me Akira when I was in school. And yeah, like, I don't fully understand the story, but the level of animation in that thing, or from a visual, technical level, Akira is outstanding. Outstanding. How they were able to create that aura, that environment, and that atmosphere using 2D animation is amazing. And because Hollywood are so thick-headed, same thing I said with Boondocks, you can't make a film version of Akira. It's impossible. The whole point of Akira is that it's got to be 2D animation. You can't. Because the visuals are too crazy, they're too wild, they're too imaginative, they're too psycho that you can only do that hand-drawn. Even 3D animation, you can't do like that. It can only work in 2D. So, Akira is, again, the story is a bit wild, and I think I want to read the manga. But in terms of just visuals, Akira is freaking amazing. It's bloody amazing, man. Yeah. I need to. Yeah. I need to go back to Attack on Titan, man. So, Latsa, no, not Asakira, who is pretty. Akira, the freaking anime. Okay, so Latsa, relax, man. Pipe down. Is Big Pun better than Munch? Hard to say. I think for Munch is better, but for me, it's hard to compare them. They're both bloody amazing. So if somebody said if somebody said that Big Pun is better, because Big Pun is freaking incredible. But I just think Munch, for me, what he does on a lyrical level, I just think he takes it to a whole other plateau. So I would say Munch is better. So have you seen Superman and Lois? Some people are mad is because it has a good budget and CW has never had this good core quality. I've only seen the first episode, which I liked. So I need to watch the rest of the episodes. But apparently it gets worse. But I've only seen the first episode from the first, because I hate CW. CW is cheesy and they just use all this teenage angst crap. So I'm not a big fan of CW. But from that first episode, it was alright. But I need to watch the rest of the eps to say what's up, man. From Valvina H, do you miss film aesthetic? What do you think of everything today looking the same? Digital clean, too perfect, muted colors, etc. All shots on same Netflix approved cameras. Did we lose intangibles? For sure, 100%. Film is expensive. It's very expensive to film. But what you get with it is a greater kind of personality. Tarantino has said that he'll never film in digital, that he will always film using film. And I think the issue is that because I grew up watching these old school films, so whether you want to say Lawrence of Arabia, Ben-Hur, Taxi Driver, and so forth, which were shot on film, so they have a different look. Godfather, when we look at it, that look that you have, you can't get that in digital. Digital, it's easier to film, it's less expensive, it's cost effective, but you lose a lot. Because when I look at this, that's why I don't even like watching Netflix films. Because when you see Netflix films, they all look the same. It's too clean, it's too pristine, and it doesn't have that kind of dirty look that you see from a Tarantino film, a Robert Rodriguez film, or a Coppola film. Which is why you've got to always say admire Tarantino. Tarantino will always shoot on film like Hateful Eight. He shot that on, I think, 70 millimeter, and I went to the cinema and watched the 70 millimeter print of the film that he filmed Hateful Eight on. So yeah, you lose a lot, man, for sure. You lose a lot, and I think, but it's just about being cost effective, you know. Um, Favorite cuisine. Woo! This is tough, man, because I don't wanna, leave out too many, man. But I'll tell you one thing though. So my my friend's mom is like a chef, and she knows chefs. She took me and my other friend to a Sri Lankan restaurant. I was like, oh, I've never had Sri Lankan food before, and this stuff was freaking amazing. And what you find are so many different countries have so much good food. India has great food. Japan has great food. China has great food. Nigeria that I grew up with has great food. So I think I want to say different countries. So for Nigeria, for me, pounded yam and egusi, I believe it's the greatest meal of all time. India, I always go with korma, pila rice korma, and naan bread. Woo! Sweet naan bread, thingy, quality. Now remember, Chinese food, they're two. This is what I learned. Traditional Chinese food ain't great. It's really not great. It's class B. But when they make their food for the West, they fry it and it's different. So for me, like beef in black bean sauce with special fried rice, woo-wee, that's money. In Japan, there's this thing that they do called shabu shabu. So where you have these pieces of meat on a bowl, and you have this like massive bowl of sauce, and you basically use chopsticks. You dip it in, and then you put it in there. So that's quality. And I've actually been into sushi. I used to hate sushi, but I've actually got myself into sushi, man. So sushi is what's up, man. Um, oh, now this is a good question. Thoughts on Hollywood? Is it over? Are we slaves to Netflix and home direct movies? No, because when things open up, people will always go to cinemas. You see, this thing about the cinema, most people don't go to the cinema because of their film enthusiasts. I am part of like the 0.99% of people who go to the cinema solely to watch the film. People go to the cinema, 99% of people who go to the cinema, they go to a cinema in the same way that they want to go to a restaurant, or they go bowling, or they go out to a bar. It's something to do. It's an activity. How many times you go on a date? What are the options whenever you go on a date? Hey, should we go to the restaurant? Should we go to a bar? Should we go do an activity like bowling? Or should we go to the cinema? So the cinema is always an option for people going out, for couples, for families, activities, things to do. So it will always be so it will always exist, because people don't like just staying at home 24/7. No. People enjoy going out. That's why this lockdown has been hard on people, because generally people like going out and doing things. And cinema is a thing on doing things. How many times have I been to a cinema where there's a couple in front of me and they're not even watching the freaking film? Or they're a group of young friends, young kids who are just talking, laughing around. Because hey, it's just a thing to go and do. So now, cinema will always be around. It'll always be around because it's a social activity that people will want to do. The heck? What's inspired you to make videos? Oh, that's it. What's inspired me to make videos? Good question. I think. Do you want? I'll be back. I'll be back. One second. One second. What inspired me to make videos? You see, for me, I think as I told some people, I began in film. So my first thing I wanted to do was become an actor, either become an actor or be into film. So I used to make loads of films with my friends. So I've always been comfortable in front of the camera. So I think it was a natural progression from being an actor, making short films, making films with my friends, to hey, okay, let me just do some stuff on YouTube. Because which is why whenever I do this football stuff, I try and make it like a little bit cinematic, you know, because that's from my film background. So hey, I know we're talking football, but let's create a kind of filmic, cool, kind of interesting, creative way of talking about this stuff, man. So yeah, I think it's just from my background of doing films, and also I've always I've always tried to be creative. Like what's it called? I started. I remember at one point I wrote a book. At one point, I did a comic book collaboration where I was a writer on this digital comic book, and this guy was the artist. I think we may still have it. I may still have access to the comic that I used to. This was over 10 years ago, a long time ago. So yeah, so for you to just seem like a natural progression of like, oh wow, let me just bring in some creativity here and just get some exciting stuff out there. That's a bit different, man. Yo, Tony B, what up, baby? Tony B, man. Tony B, we've got to do a movie watch long, bro. We're going to bring a movie watch long. Tony B, we've got to watch Akira. I'm telling the boys right now that we need to do an Akira watch along, man. Tony B, man, that's my guy. Favorite Italian food? Oh, I mean, it may seem cheap, pasta, and the key thing is rigatoni pasta. That is my favorite. The rigatoni pasta is my 100% favorite um, um, meal, man. It's freaking amazing. So that's my thing. Rigatoni pasta is my fave, man. That thing is off the chain, man. Off the Shanizi. And there are very few meals better than pasta made very well. You know? Pasta made very well. One of the most amazing things, man. But I think I already asked you guys this before, like favorite ice cream. Because for some time mine used to be Haagen-Dazs, but Ben and Jerry's, bro. Favorite dessert. It's a tough one. Favorite dessert. I might have to say, because ice cream is just cheesy, but I can't remember what it's called. There's this kind of caramel kind of cake thing. I've totally forgotten because we used to have it for Christmas afterwards. There's that, and my sister, when we used to have Christmas stuff, used to make this like bread cake kind of thing. That was a mixture of bread and stuff, but it was like a bready kind of cake. But there's this caramel cake thing that I used to have, which was freaking amazing. Because you have your fork and everything. Ooh, it was freaking quality, man. But you can't go wrong with ice cream. After a thing, get like a Magnum ice cream, boom, chill out. But a caramel kind of cake, bro. Um, um, Okay, let's just see. This was what the heck? What kind of question is that? Um, what's your thoughts on China calling out the US for Asian hate crimes? China and the US blaming each other for human rights violations is like an online identity hacker calling out a bank robber. Oh no, no, I think it's China. It's stupid because America can very easily say to China that look at how you treat black people in your country. you know. So before calling us out on Asian hate crimes, how about you sort out your treatment of black people in China because China treats black people like crap. So I will think twice before I jump to the defense of Chinese people. Not, I'm saying all Chinese people are bad, but you saw what they did to John Boyega um, on the Star Wars poster where they made one of the leads extremely tiny. So for me, man, like China, look, I know it's but I'm not jumping to the defense of any kind of China stuff, man. Nah, I'm good, man. After what those guys do to black people, I'm good, bro. Um, do you think Daniel Day Lewis will make a good Joker? Yeah, Daniel Day Lewis, he can do anything, bro. Daniel Day Lewis, um, like he is one of the great actors out there. So, but again, it's whenever you do these things, it's who is the director, who is the writer. That is very very key. And it's funny because I what I do always just do like trailers. I always just start watching trailers and stuff, man. Because I got my surround sound, baby, Dolby surround sound, man, in my in the crib. So, um, I was watching like the Dark Knight trailer again, man. And even when I was watching the trailer again, I was like, oh yeah, man, I can see why I didn't like this film. But man, Ledger did something truly special. I think just being in that cinema and seeing what Ledger did, whew, it was truly special, man. So remember, guys, man, you can become a member on this channel, man, and I'm going to be trying to post some members only videos on the channel, man. Just some stuff, just to keep you informed, keep you in there, and stuff. So yeah, I'll be posting more videos just about myself, about films, film ideas, and different things, man. So those members only videos are saying that's that, bro. Let me take a bite. Let me take a bite right now, because this is a bit certainly heavy, man. Well, I've seen images of the music video. I don't think that I can bring myself to watch the music video. You know? No offense, but it's just not my thing. So, I'm good. So the main bone of contention is the music video. You basically see him twerking for you basically see him twerking on Satan. So viewing that, it's definitely how can I say, quite interesting. It's definitely quite interesting, man. Is this disrespecting Christianity? I don't know. I don't see how it's insulting Christianity if he's just twerking on Satan. Now, is he mocking Jesus? Is he mocking God or so forth? I don't think so. And he's just trying to. He's showing his artistic expression. I mean, it's. I mean, stuff is wild. Stuff is crazy. Now, I've not seen the music video. All I've seen are just the images and the many images of him twerking on Satan. So, from what I've seen, it's freaking extreme. It's pretty crazy wild. But from somebody who grew up from a Christian background, there's nothing I see that I think it is insulting, man. Um, all right, let's see. All right. Um, oh wow, so that's not in Twitter. That's crazy, man. How do you rate Christoph Waltz? Very good actor. Very good actor. We share the same birthday, October 4th. October 4th, man. So he's a fellow October 4th. I think him and Susan Sarandon. We know we're all October 4th peeps. No, very good actor. Very very good actor. But I don't know how versatile he is. I think when you look at the character he played in Inglourious Bastards and the character he played in Django Unchained, they're pretty similar. you know, they are pretty similar. So obviously he works very well with Tarantino. Same thing with Samuel L. Jackson. But I just don't know how. I don't see much versatility in him. And even when I see him in other films and so forth, he still sort of has the same diction and character, which is why I admire like a Gary Oldman or a John Voight, or even like a Meryl Streep, who they play very diverse and different roles because that shows me how good of an actor you are, at what are the varied kind of roles that you can play and how much can you stretch yourself, which is very key. Um, Thoughts on black conservatives? What's wrong with it? Because I think the notion here is people say, oh my gosh, a black guy can't be a Republican or a conservative. My uncle, I believe, is a Republican. you know, my uncle fully supported the Iraq War and so forth, and I know my uncle is a great dude. He's a super nice guy, but he just happens to have conservative views, Republican views. So the notion that all because you're black you can't have conservative views or so forth, I think it's stupid because again, if you're Floyd Mayweather and you earn ridiculous amounts of cash, you are a billionaire and so forth, and under democratic leadership, you are required to pay 70% of that. So 70% of your earnings get taken away. But if you roll with conservatives, that's what? Maybe 40%, 30%? I'm sorry. I like the 30% over the 75% because you have to look after number one first. And people will be like, oh my gosh, you're so selfish. You have all this money, blah, blah, blah. All right. How would you feel? Because 90% of people, 99.99% of people on the planet aren't billionaires. 99.99% of people in this world will never see or sniff a billion. So how would you, and you have to put yourself in the position. If you were a billionaire, would you want 75% of your earnings taken away? It's easy to say, oh, that'd be fine because I still have money. But if you're in that position, it's a bit different. It's a bit different, man. Um, oh, bro, this is how long is your list? This is why I actually took a break from doing film stuff and everything. It's because of this question. So, how long do you have? How long do you freaking have, bro? Uh, so I'm saying, Um, The Dark Knight, disappointing. Batman was trash. The story was pretentious, and the film didn't go to the places that I felt it should have gone after Batman Begins. Um, Man of Steel, superb trailer, incredible, amazing, one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. Film was complete brick. Great beginning, had no middle, and it was just a guy just wrecking buildings and stuff. It showed how classless Snyder is. Oh gosh, which one? I was supposed to say one. Infinity War. Superb trailer. Amazing trailer. Great introduction of Thanos. Film just ended up being bleh. Like Thanos wasn't as powerful as he should have been. Very well acted, but Thanos was just a guy just collecting a bunch of stones. The story was very, very thin. His reason for wanting to collect stones was stupid. And yeah, it just what we saw in the trailer wasn't really promised in the film. So I just found, and like to this day, I've only seen Infinity War once. I try to watch it again, I just can't. Like it just doesn't hold me. Mad Max Fury Road. Now the Mad Max Fury Road one is weird because it is still an absolutely amazing film in terms of direction. Like directing wise, it is superb. But my issue with it is it's called Mad Max. It's not called Furiosa. It's called Mad Max. If that film focused 100%, Furiosa should be there because she should be like a side character. Same thing as how Tina Turner was a side character in Mad Max 3. But this should focus on Tom Hardy. Because I was like, my gosh, you've got freaking Tom Hardy as Mad Max. And that intro was freaking incredible. But it is what it is. But he was a side chick in his own film, so which annoyed me. Prometheus. Freaking amazing trailer. Ridley Scott back into the alien world. Dumbass script. Transformers. Again, pretty damn good trailer. Huge Transformers fan. Film was a pile of crap. So yeah, man, it's a long list, man. Why do people hate Endgame? If I was to guess, okay, I'll tell you this. The biggest issue with Endgame is they didn't actually fight the Thanos we saw in Infinity War. So, because at the beginning, they kill him. Basically, the Thanos that we know, the Thanos that we've been seeing for the 10 films, they killed the freaking dude like in the first few minutes of the film. So like, okay, so now what? But I think that for me, Endgame was a great ending to the whole franchise, and I preferred it a lot more than Infinity War. It still wasn't that great, and I think that there was perhaps maybe too many jokes. So probably too many jokes, too many laughs, too many gags, and I think because of those too many gags, I think it maybe rubbed people the wrong way. So it felt like too much of a gag a minute, and I think that's because a lot of people that say they hate Endgame really like Infinity War. But, in my opinion, Infinity War had the worst ending to a film I've ever seen. Because I was like, wait, but they're all going to come back. How is this like, oh, it's so... No, we know we're getting a Black Panther film. We know we're getting a Spider-Man film. So this ending you're giving us of them turning to dust, it didn't hit at all because we knew that, so come on, man. Best uni memory. Oh, finishing uni was when I graduated. Wasn't the biggest fan, man, of university, man. Like for me, I just went in there, did my thing. Basically, because I went to UCL. I went in there, did my thing. Because UCL is a amazing uni, superb. But I think I didn't really appreciate it when I was there. But only in my older age do I say, oh, this is actually a really crazy uni. That's why I even sort of always go back there and so forth. Um, oh, yeah. Yeah, man. A few times. And this is where I tell the story. So if for guys who don't know, Speaker's Corner is this place near Hyde Park where you see a guy talk about Christianity, a guy talk about Islam, and a guy talk about Judaism and so forth. And these guys are on this pulpit and they just boom, 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 talk and maybe even argue against each other, and you just see people just watch them. So yeah, I've been there a few times, and that was the place that I went to where I had a debate and a discussion with a guy who was like, if you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. And I asked the guy that if you help people, you help kids, you save people's lives, you give to charity, and you are a great person throughout your entire life, but you don't believe in Jesus, are you going to hell? He says, yes, you're still going to hell. Then I was like, okay, all right. So yeah, Speaker's Corner is really interesting, man. It's really interesting. Um, so, no. Well, put it this way: I will not run to watch Black Widow because what's the point? Um, Black Widow should have come out much earlier. You know, so Black Widow should have come out after Winter Soldier. Why it didn't, I have no idea. But mhm. How many people are checking for Black Widow? Truthfully, how many people are really looking at Black Widow? Oh yeah, Black Widow, yeah. That's how many? Like for me, man, Black Widow is a good character to have as part of a group. You want me to sit down and watch a Scarlett Johansson Black Widow film from beginning to end? Really? So, I mean, watch it eventually, but there's no way in hell that I am rushing to go and watch Black Widow. That ain't happening, man. No way. Um, Lead level Ludio. This is a non-football chat. Lead level Ludio. I repeat, this is a non-football chat. This is a non-football chat. Lead level Ludio. Um, okay, what is happening? What's happening here? Lead level Ludio. All right, what are you guys saying, man? Oh, what do you think of the Suicide Squad trailer? They're trying too hard. This is what I was saying in my video. What makes the Suicide Squad idea so good? Wow, what if we make a film about villains, about the bad guys, and how bad guys operate? So the way bad guys will operate, I know how the Avengers or the Justice League or a bunch of good guys will operate because they are bad guys. So bad guys are looking to double cross one another. They're looking to trick one another. They're looking to use it as an opportunity to sort of gain free and actually get them pretty much put themselves out there as individuals. That's what you want. But the issue here is this: no one gives a crap about Harley Quinn. You see, Suicide Squad, the star was Will Smith. Deadshot, he was the star. So he's the guy leading this crew of these dudes. And Harley Quinn was just there as a side, because Harley Quinn is literally a side chick. Like literally, she literally is, by the definition of the word, a side chick. So, but for some reason, they've now made Harley Quinn like the main person. So the trailer kicks off with like, oh, we need to go and save Harley Quinn. Wait, what is this? So it's just like, oh, hey man, there's a band of brothers, let's go. No. Because see, James Gunn, his aesthetic works for Guardians of the Galaxy. But you see, I didn't want to see Zack Snyder's cut. I just watched it because out of curiosity. I didn't need to see that, because after I saw Justice League, I was like, I don't need to see the cut of this, because the content is so garbage. So even when you see the 4-hour cut, which is better, it's still crap, because you made Superman like some kind of axe murderer who just burns a whole city. Batman is a bodybuilding weird psychopath loser who should never even be in a Justice League. Wonder Woman, played by Gal Gadot, is trash, because Gal Gadot is a trash actress. The Flash suit is flipping garbage. The Cyborg suit is flipping garbage. Aquaman, yeah. Although, guys, I watched Aquaman. Aquaman is pretty good. I watched Aquaman for the first time a few days ago. Aquaman is alright. Aquaman is alright. So, but when I saw Suicide Squad in the cinema, I was like, yeah, this film has been butchered. Like, I'd like to see the original cut, because I could already tell that, oh, they got a music video director just to come in and make it like a music video. Like, I wasn't watching a film, I was watching a music video. See, at least the Justice League in 2017 was a film. That Suicide Squad film was a extended music video. So David Ayer, seeing Harsh Times, he wrote Training Day. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Based on the kinds of material that he writes and he's written, I would actually like to see what he would have done with a Suicide Squad. So yeah, I'd like to see that. But that's James Gunn thing. Not interesting at all. Not interesting at all. Yo, Albert Gardenius, thanks for the dub, man. Thanks for the dub, man. Well, I said non-football questions, but at least this is not pertaining to football fully. So, footballer with the best and worst haircut. Best haircut. I mean, one of the worst haircuts. I love him, but that R902 thing was wild. Sadio Mane, looking fun in the lights, man. But best haircut. Just that Pogba has had so many, though. Pogba has had so many. But I think there was... Because there's this barber that all these footballers go to. I think it's called HD Cuts or something. That all these football players go to. And this guy is pretty damn good. But Pogba has had quite a few. I think there was one that he had that was sort of like red and white or something, which was pretty crazy. Like a lot of the guys, especially when you go to the Nations Cup, the haircuts are pretty crazy. So Pogba has had a few. Hazard has had some pretty good ones, specifically when they just do his line thing like that. So I'll say between... Wait, am I forgetting one? Okay, for me it has to be between Pogba and Hazard. And for worst haircuts, Hazard probably be Mane. Like Mane, just go bald. Like it's that's the best. The best thing for you, just go bald, man. That's the best thing. Yeah, I was saying to the guys that I've only seen the first episode, and it was alright. Red Devil, we need to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier. We need to do a Falcon Winter Soldier breakdown, bro. We need to try and do that. Yeah, I saw the first episode. Not bad. Already, that Superman is already better than that bum-ass, that's useless Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's Superman is crap. I don't give a says his Superman is crap. But I haven't seen the next few episodes. So I need to catch up on Attack on Titan and Superman and Lois. I'll probably try and catch up with them either tonight or tomorrow. But I need to catch up on those two series. Um, but yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, Superman is alright. First episode, quality, but I'm worried about CW because CW are so freaking cheesy. They're so cheesy, and you can see a lot of the cheesiness in some of the stuff that they've shown. So, all right. Oh, Chainsaw, thanks for the dog. Thanks for the dog. Have you dated an Asian woman and planned for the week? Plan for this week. So building up, yeah, basically building up for Champions League. So this week, getting the websites ready, getting the Champions League section all ready, and so forth, getting that all nice and sexy, and just ramping things up and just building up for the biggie. Just building up for the biggie this week. Because we're now getting back into work, back into football, back into things, back into the drive, and getting things ready, all set for the huge CL week next week, man. I didn't say the Asian woman. No, I came close to one. So now see, now when you say Asian, you have to expand it. So she was, I think she was Malaysian. So we met and so forth. I think we went for a drink, we went for a walk and so forth. So everything was going fine. And I think we then had an exchange over the phone. And I think that I just had some ideas with regards to, I don't know, I think it was to do with like animal welfare or something. And we just had a disagreement. And after that, we didn't speak again. So now I was like, well, I just shared my views on topic, and I think it has something to do with like animals or something. And that was it, man. And you know what I always say is that I never understand people who only date certain people. I'm going to bring this up on Tuesday, and I'll see what people say because I'm going to bring it up on Tuesday. Maybe talk about dating, as in if you meet a woman who says, "I only date black guys," run. Be very afraid. If there's a woman who you're with who says, "Nah, I only date black guys," be very afraid. Um, Bro, I told you, I'm staring at my Berserk comic right there. I'm staring at it right there. But bro, I've got to finish Naruto. I've got to finish Naruto, and I've got to finish Spawn. I'm still on a pilgrimage to pick up all of my to complete my Spawn single issues. I must complete my Spawn single issues, and then I must complete Naruto because I think once I'm just into something, into a story, I have to complete it. I have to complete it, man. But I'll get there, bro. Thank you for the good dub against Chainsaw Ditch, man. Thank you, man. Scariest memories, and I love these streams. Thank you. I love this. I love these streams because we all love football, but guys, if you do something too much, it can make you go insane. Hence why this week was great for me because I needed to rest. Doing 3, 4, 5 hour, 4 hour streams on football, it can make you go insane. So you have to detox and do so. Hence why whenever I hardly watch football stuff on YouTube. When I go on YouTube, I say I either try and watch a film or just watch movie stuff on YouTube because I can't overload on football. Scariest memory. I remember I almost drowned once. So when I was swimming, I remember I was super young. And this is when I was trying to learn how to swim. And I remember I was just in the pool. I think I just knocked me over. And I remember just looking up, and I can still envision it. And I just saw the top, and I was like, oh, is this it? Because of that we had, and I have no idea how I then got back up because I couldn't, because this is when I couldn't swim. So I was just like, oh shit, boom. And I remember just looking up and just seeing the guy out there, and then boom. Um, Japan roller coaster in Tokyo, Thunder Dolphin. Oh my god! Because the thing about, I think I told you guys about it, the thing about this roller coaster is it is actually, when Japan do anything, they go extreme because Japan always goes extreme. So this roller coaster, like, it goes very very steep, and the thing about this is that it goes very steep and it has a very sharp drop. The freaking drop on this roller coaster, Thunder Dolphin in Tokyo. Oh my god! Like, literally, I felt like an old granny with huge fingernails grabbed a hold of my balls and kept yanking it. That's what it felt like as you just dropped all the way down. Freaking frightening. Freaking, so yeah, that's because again, I also before I went on that roller coaster, the only roller coasters I did was a teacup ride. That was it. So after I did that, man, oh man, bro. If you're scared of roller coasters, I will advise you to stay very far away from Japanese roller coasters. Just think of this. Before I went to these Japanese roller coasters, all I ever did were the teacup rides. Japan has the fastest roller coaster in the world called Dudumpa, which is in Fujiyama, Mount Fuji. And it also has the most fucked up roller coaster in the world, which is called Ejinaikai, where literally this thing is you go down, up, down. Basically, it's just like full on extreme, you know. So it's wild, man. It's wild. The most emotional film you've ever seen. Um, I think slavery films always annoy me. It's true. Like every time I watch like a slavery film, I end up hating white people for like about a week or 2 weeks. So Roots, 12 Years a Slave really, really annoyed me. You know, and I told you I've never watched a slavery film twice. Never. You know, because it just annoys me too much. Elephants Man. Elephants Man. Elephants Man is one of the most depressing films I've seen. With John Hurt, who I met, and Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, Elephant Man that's a tough watch, man. That's a really tough watch. That's a really tough watch. And another thing that people say is really tough to watch as well is Grave of the Fireflies. You know, which I'm like, you see, if you tell me a film is depressing, I ain't watching it, bro. I might, you know. Um, so yeah, well done war movie. Oh yeah, I mean, because what's it called? Because I went to my house, family house, and then I because I was trying to retrieve DVDs, and I managed to get my what's it called? I managed to get my Apocalypse Now, you know, because I think when you watch these war movies, you're like, oh wow, people actually went through this. So when I watched Platoon, it's like this really happened. Like this actually happened, and the concept of it is so messed up. Like even when you watch the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan, I'm like, wait, how do you survive? Like you come off of the beach, you've got these Class A machine gun, no, got these Class A rifles, and these dudes, because they're so advanced, are pretty much lubricating you with a freaking machine gun. See, like, what you don't have like a shield. You don't have like anything of like, okay, let me like save and continue. Basically, they're not checkpoints. They're not checkpoint saves. Okay, let's get here, checkpoint save. Let's get here, checkpoint save. They're not checkpoint saves. So it's like, no, if you're out, you're out. You know, like you can't turn the console off and turn it back on again. I was just wild, man. You know, that's just the thing that gets. Whenever you just watch one movie, you're like, this really like, how do you do this stuff? It's nah, man, it's messed up. And what would be the most dangerous future threat to the Earth? Um, it may sound wild, bro. When you look at this whole machine stuff, man. Have you guys seen Asimo? I think I showed you guys this before. Because we're still a long way away from this stuff really saying what's up. But I don't know whether you've seen this dude before. Because when I saw this, I was like, oh shit. This could be. So, this is like a robot that pretty much can almost. Obviously, you need to program it, can do stuff for you. Like, I really believe like 10, 15 years times, remember, we have automated machines. Right now, like what's it called? Amazon has like a shop where you go in, there's nobody looking at you, and then you can take out your shopping and then keep it moving because the machinery and the tech knows exactly what you've bought, your digital wallet, and so forth. We're going to be seeing more machines do stuff for us, whether it's because humans are not going to be phased away. Like, for instance, let's say bus drivers, tube drivers, taxi drivers, restaurant guys, car makers, automated machines. Why do we need to hire this train driver, bus driver who has to take sick days, who we now have to pay a wage? Instead of paying a wage, we just invest into a robot who will never get tired, will never complain, is far more efficient, never takes sick days. Boom. So once we now get more and more robots taking a lot more human jobs and so forth, those robots will now get better and get better and get better until we now see robots that are now become a lot more independent from the instructions they are given. And then once you now reach the point where maybe this is 100 years times, we now have sentient robots. Because I've always had this crazy, weird idea that I have like a time machine. I go like hundreds of years into the future, and basically machines basically rule. And humans are like slaves. So humans are almost extinct and they're almost slaves. Basically, machines rule. And humans are like a dying race. That'd be wild. That would be wild, bro. So yeah, man, I really feel that it's a development of machines and how developed it will be. So guys, last few minutes before I need to get out of here. Last few minutes, man. Thank you for the dope, Albert Cardenius. How do you feel about every network streaming now? Woo! This is the issue, bro. So, we have Netflix, we've got Prime, we've got Disney Plus, we've got Peacock, we've got HBO Max, we've got Apple TV. So those are just the 6 off the top of my head. I am subscribed to Amazon to Prime and Netflix. I'll subscribe to Disney Plus, but then I only subscribe to Disney Plus because of Mandalorian, and I then said, nah, I'm out. It's going to be tough. The average guy, specifically with the pandemic, cannot afford to subscribe to 6. They can't be. So you're going to have to choose 2, max 3. You're going to have to choose 2. If I was recommending to a family, if you have a family, specifically with young kids, you have to have Disney Plus. If you've got kids, Disney Plus is essential. Absolutely essential. You must have Disney Plus if you've got kids. HBO Max, bro. Because Disney Plus is Disney, the kids are taken care of, and all of Fox. Cool. HBO Max, bro, their library is insane. So for HBO Max is insane. See, Netflix and Prime, Netflix have been caught slipping. You see, because Netflix, I was with Netflix from way back. Because I was with Netflix when they used to post the DVDs where they would mail you the DVD in an envelope, you watch it, then you then mail it back. So I was from Netflix so I'm like a loyalty merchant with Netflix. But Netflix are looking tricky at the moment right now. I'm not like Netflix. Prime is really good. You see, for me, I'm much more of a film guy. So I'm not into the whole Disney stuff and everything. No, because I am really into film, Prime is really good because Prime's library is really good. And they keep adding. Because, like, recently they had the Indiana Jones trilogy, but only for a short while. So for Prime, you could have that. You see, I don't know what Peacock is looking like. Apple, nah. Apple, I ain't really feeling Apple, man. So, because the thing is, HBO has a great library. It's also the original content. Because what's it called? So they're gonna have, I think Godzilla versus Kong is coming out on HBO Max. I also think Muscle Combat is out on April 16th on HBO Max. Bro, so it's like because remember they're doing where cinema and digital and day-to-day release. So, but the thing is that it's hard because you can't expect the average guy to subscribe to all six. So each of these streaming giants have to sell themselves as to why should it be part of us. But if I'm being objective, the ones that have the strongest case are Disney Plus, HBO Max. Those are for me. Those are the two that are the strongest. So if you're just speaking to an average guy, Disney Plus, HBO Max, based on the content, man. Um, but if you need help with movies, send me a DM on Twitter. Okay, all right. Just because trust me, again, because people are watching. If you need help with getting films legally, DM me on Twitter. I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up, bro. Don't worry. Send me a DM on Twitter if you're looking for something. Um, but Rodney, they're clamping down on that. So Netflix have said that they're going to clamp down on password sharing because yeah. So my mom, yeah, my whole family, yeah, my mom, my sister, my two brothers use my Netflix account. You know, so they have my password and my friend. So basically, my brothers, my sister, and my mom and my friend all use my Netflix password. So, but Netflix have said that they're actually going to start clamping down on password sharing. So, you know, yeah, no, I need to get onto Snowfall. It's true, because I've just been behind, but I need to get onto Snowfall. Mr. Damson Idris. But yeah, that's my next one to do. But I haven't started it yet, but I will get into it. Do you fear Hollywood studios touching anime? They can try to, but they'll just fail. They can try to, but they'll just fail because they've tried to. I think they've tried to make Akira like 3 or 4 times, but they know that Ghost in the Shell that was a flop. That was a huge flop when they tried to do Ghost in the Shell. Is what these guys don't understand is that anime is its own market. You know, it's the same thing with video games. I don't need to see a video game version of Uncharted. I don't need to see a video game version of Metal Gear Solid. Like, sorry. I don't need to see a film version of Uncharted. I need to see a film version of um, um, Metal Gear Solid. I'm replaying Skyrim now on my Nintendo Switch. I don't want to see a film version of Skyrim. I mean, the story is okay. It's not that great, but it's okay. The beauty of Skyrim is, oh my gosh, I can create my guy, and it's the experience. The story of Uncharted is crap. It's a Indiana Jones ripoff, but the gameplay is freaking incredible. So that is the beauty of the stuff is you actually experiencing the story. So those morons, they'll never get it, man. They'll never get it. Uh, well, I'll take one more Q about it out of here. I'll take one more question about it here, man. Um, Well, let's see. One last question, guys. Send me a good cue, man. Send me a good cue to round this off. Send me a good cue to round this off. Send me a good cue to round this off. Um, all right, you know what? I'll roll with this, man. Um, Tomb Raider or Uncharted? Uncharted. Tomb Raider is cool, but let's keep it real. People play Tomb Raider because some people want to look at Lara Croft's ass. Okay, they just want to just look at Lara Croft's ass as they jump up and down. But keeping it a star, keeping it real, Uncharted is the gameplay in Uncharted is outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Now, maybe the story in Tomb Raider may be better, but the overall experience of Uncharted is like some of the things you do in Uncharted 2 and 3. So I'm about to play part 4. Some of the stuff you do in 2 and 3, some of the levels, like the level with the tank, the level where you're on a plane and you're coming off the plane, it's just freaking insane. So Tomb Raider doesn't touch the level of gameplay, the technical achievements that Uncharted reached, man. So, guys, it's been swell. It's been good. Drop a like on the vid. Subscribe. Become a member if you want as well to support this non-football channel. And guys, I'll be back here again next Sunday for the stream. One love, baby.